Katie, it's good to see you. Did enough things break down last week for you to change your near or intermediate term prospects? We're going to hit some lower support levels in Bitcoin and the averages, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it was really a broad-based sell-off affecting all risk assets. And I think the real difference, especially on Friday, was the deterioration in those defensive sectors that Mike was talking about. We saw just a loss of momentum on a broad basis, even in the winners of the marketplace. And without their support, I think the market's going to have more troubles ahead. Unfortunately, the S&P 500 did take out the level that we were watching as sort of a risk metric. That was 4340, and we're expecting that breakdown to be confirmed today. And that would support a retest of the March lows, which are more important support. We'll call it roughly 4,200. Now, that's a very, very key level for the market here, in that below that, the next support is around 3815, which naturally is a decline that none of us would want to live through. And the equivalent support for the NASDAQ 100, it's actually even a bit more dramatic in terms of initial support, which is around 13,000. Secondary support is around 10,600. So these are really big sort of drops to the secondary support levels. So we're being really respectful of any breakdowns that do unfold. And without the leadership to the upside from the mega caps, it's going to be really a struggle for these major indices to come out of this. We have earnings, of course, this week hitting the tape. So if anything, they are coming in pretty oversold as discussed, but the breakdowns are pretty widespread.
We just hit one of our fundamental type guests, a good one. Mike Wilson say 3,800 was where he thought it was headed. The S&P, I don't know if you saw that. So that is perfectly in sync with what you just said as I guess you're saying kind of a worst case scenario. Would you say Bitcoin violated your 40,000 support on a closing basis? It's at 38.8 right now. It got as low as 38.5. Do you expect that to breach 30,000, like you said, maybe to even 27, 28,000? Is that possible?
It seems very possible with a break of that 40,000. So we have 1 week below. That would be confirmed this Friday and another week close. It's already below the short-term support that we were watching. So is Ether, for what it's worth. And if we do see these breakdowns, like you said, the bottom kind of drops out, unfortunately, in terms of where next support levels are. For us, the 30,000 level, I think a lot of folks will focus on that. And yet for us, the Fibonacci retracements that we track target to about 27,200 for Bitcoin, if indeed we see this breakdown confirmed. So again, we want to be really respectful of any breakdowns, irrespective of the asset class. And of course, both Bitcoin and Ether, just like the equity market, have suffered that loss of long-term upside momentum that we sort of knew at the start of the year was going to be a problem. And if we do see these more major breakdowns, then I think things will get worse. It'll look a bit more like a bear market move as opposed to a corrective phase.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.